What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Mood Trades. This is the DXY, the dollar index on the 4-hourly. It looks like it's creeping up to my target of the 111.176, but in the same time we need to pay attention that we're forming a double top possible. However, the EMAs on the 4-hourly are curling down. Let's look at a smaller time frame. Let's go to the hourly. Yeah, we have a sell signal on this EMA indicator, EMA candle close indicator, but we have the 200 EMA just over here, so we could come retest the 200 and continue higher. It's not like the dollar hasn't done that before, when we have a double top and we think that's it and we may be going down and then we end up not going down. And even if it goes lower, it could retrace. As you can see here, we sort of had a double top. We went lower, so let's compare it to where we are now. We had that and we went lower. We could have a spike down in the DXY, which would give some relief to the market and let the markets pump, then consolidate and then rip up, or we could just rip up today. We have the Core PCI price index month on month coming out today, and if it is at 0.2 as forecasted or even less, that will be good for the markets and the markets will rip. However, if it goes higher than 0.2, then that will be good for the dollar and the dollar index. So we have that in about 1 hour, to be exact, in about 54 minutes. Then followed by that later on today, followed the 1 hour and a half after that. So approximately in about 2 hours and a half, we'll have Fed Chair Powell speaks, and possibly the markets will react to that, either pump or will dump. Because when Fed Chair Powell speaks, people try to speculate and read between the lines. The Core PCI index is a way of measuring inflation. The Fed looks at that to measure inflation. And yeah, that's the DXY. So we are currently, you could see over here clearly, we are testing previous level as support. If we fail and start breaking below the 107.453, I see us coming down to retest this level of the 106. That will give the markets a chance to move up. Now moving into the Nasdaq. Why I'm looking at the Nasdaq? Because the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones are very important. Bitcoin moves so closely to them, including the SPY, S&P 500. Looking at the Nasdaq, we rejected from the daily open yesterday. Let me put that so you can see that. We have the daily open over here. We rejected from it and started coming down. In addition, we rejected from the 50 EMA on the 4-hourly and are reversing down. We have these vector candles in the zone that could take us down to possibly the 12,888 zone, and losing that could take you down to recover even lower vectors. There are not much vectors over here on the 1-hourly or the 4-hourly, down to 11,500. I doubt we'll be going there today, but this move down could be pricing in for a bad print of the PCI. What is that? Core PCE, sorry, Core PCE index, meaning that it's already pricing in that it's going to be bad for the market. So the Core PCE index will come and we might hold and pump higher, or we will just continue dumping as Fed Chair Powell comes out and speaks today. But in my opinion, this level over here was a good point to short, around the 13,000. The 50 EMA was around 13,127. I got in a bit later, but I'm still in it. Tight stops, could be stopped out without a loss, break even. The Dow Jones, on the other hand, We have the Dow Jones over here. It's doing the same thing as Nasdaq, but we have this formation that looks like a castle. Whenever we have this on Bitcoin especially, we end up tanking down. You see a spike, consolidation, another spike in the middle or rounding top, another spike. So you have 3 hits to the 800 EMA on the 15-minute. That would be the 200 EMA on the 1 hourly chart. So there, 1, 2, 3. But we've got support on the 50. If the Dow Jones starts coming down on the hourly, we have no levels of interest really until we get down to these levels. Very low levels. The 32,000 range. So yeah, I see this in the Dow Jones. Let's try to analyze this move, this entire move down. This move down looks quite impulsive, not corrective. And it's very hard to count. But if we say we had a 1, a 2, and this is the beginning of a 3, I don't like this move over here. But if we can squeeze in a 1 over here and a 2, and we're coming down for a third of a third, then we have a 1, consolidate for a 2. And this is the third of the third of the third, if you get what I mean. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and possibly a 5th down. You had an expanding flat for a 2. You had a 1, an expanding flat with an A, B, C. It's not clear, but this could just be a pullback and a continuation to the downside. The wave structure is not very clear to me, but yeah, it looks impulsive, and what comes after an impulse comes a correction and followed by another impulse. Solana, sometimes I notice that Solana and Ethereum lead Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has been lagging for a while. I've been noticing it a lot. So looking at Solana on the 15-minute chart, this is clearly a correction. It's not an impulse. It came after an impulse down. So if this was a first impulse and this is our correction, you're expecting another impulse down. And this can be part of a bigger correction. Some people are looking at this as a big correction, part of a big correction, A, B, up to here, and we're going up for C, and then we'll be coming down later. That's a possibility. All you need to be aware of is level of interest. We have the 32.2. Next comes the 25.73 if we lose that. And the measured move of this broadening wedge, ascending wedge, comes down to 20.02. So you should be aware that they could be cheaper prices. Looking at the 4 hourly, we have the point of control. We are under our point of control of this whole entire range, so that's not good. We need to get above the 35.2 and clearly break above the 37.8. First step, get support about 35.2, break the 37.8 and possibly come towards the 41.8, only to get rejected back down. So yeah, if you're looking for a long trade, I wouldn't go long at the moment because we are under the point of control. And even if we come up, we're going to retest the rising wedge that would be at 41.7, which would be close to the value area high of this entire range. Anything can happen in the market. Fed Chair Powell speaks, we always see volatility. Let's look at Ethereum. That's for Solana. And let's pull the fixed range volume profile for this entire range down here to there. And Ethereum gives another story. Ethereum is getting support above the POC. It's just clinging to it. You can see it clearly. This red line over here is a POC, and Ethereum is at 1630. So we're just clinging to support. If we lose that, then just trading volume profile, which you could be doing, we could come down to the 1189. But of course we have previous levels of value over here. We have the 1406, and of course over here with this new range over here, we have this block over here around the 15 to 16 range. So just be aware of that. If you lose the 1630, be aware that you'll be coming down, and you could enter a short, possibly not financial advice, after a retest of the 1630. Looking at our indicators, did we get a short signal over here? EMA candle close. Let's look at it. EMA candle close on the 4 hourly. We got it previously. Let's look at a smaller time frame to see something that happened recent. We didn't get a sell signal yet on the 1 hourly chart. We had a long signal over here, but we have the 8 and 13 crossed. Once the 21 crosses and the next candle opens and closes below the 8 EMA, you'll get a short signal. You could back test this and see if it works for you. This is Bitcoin on Binance. This is the 15-minute chart. It's a small time frame, and I took the volume profile of this range. We are below the POC. We are trying to break the value area low. We're just clinging to support, but it looks like we're coming for, we tested it once, twice, third, and now we're going to break it possibly, and we might come down to the 27555. Looking at a bigger time frame for Bitcoin, we are in this range. I gave you this range a few days ago. We had a touch down here, a touch up here, touch down here. We went for an up, head to the high, and possibly coming for another one to the low. Let's just be mindful and watching things. A lot of things can happen. This is a very volatile move. Look at that on the 4 hourly, a big red candle. It has a lot of volume in it, a lot of tick volume exchanging hands. We're coming down, we're recovering this vector, and if we break down below that, then the only level of interest is down here, 20,756, and possibly lower. Possibly lower. One more chart I want to look at. I'll switch off the indicators. If we pump up, we have the fib channels. If we come down, they're very far away, but we have this fib channel over here, 20,300. If we pump up, we have this level over here at around 2292. I think 22,900 would be a strong level of resistance. We have the 4 hour 200 EMA somewhere around there. There. At around 22,584 at the moment. It went lower. It moves lower as the price holds this low range. But 22.5 could be a next range. But it could spike up and come. I'm not saying it can't spike up, but I'm telling you, it possibly won't be able to defeat it for a long time. It will spike up, down, down, up, and then we break down. That's what I see. We could come up clearly, recover this at 23,000, then come down and get resistance from this 4 hourly order block. Yeah, that's it for now. I just want to take a look at the Nasdaq. Let me pull a volume profile so I see where am I standing in my trade. There, we're kind of pumping on the Nasdaq. We didn't come and retest the value area high of this range. And if I take the daily and do the same as I did for Bitcoin and take this entire down range over here. We are above our value area high, even if I pull it from here. Yeah, we're way above our value area high. So I'm looking at possible 12,900 as support. If that breaks, we'll be coming down for more. But at the moment we're getting a bounce, so let's see what happens. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, let's put this down. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash the likes, put a comment down there, and click the subscribe button and the notification on, because I post updates almost every day. Thanks for watching. More trades. I'm out.